blessing to work along with him on the radio internet system to continue to play this jazz. It would be a blessing to work with Gary to any degree. You know, his show is outstanding, and I would love to have a show that would, you know, hopefully be up to his standards on the air.
Well, with the caliber of the musicians that you have, that you're interviewing, wouldn't be no doubt. You know what it wouldn't be no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, besides Gary, I also do jazz over here with KITR, which is contemporary and traditional jazz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that all sounds really wonderful, Ray. And whatever I can do in continuing to keep jazz alive, that's my mission. And that's the whole premise of Jazz on My Mind, Coast to Coast.
All right. Very nice. Okay, well, fellas, let's do this. We're going to go play a little bit of music, and then we're going to come back and finish the discussion. For the listeners that just tuned in, you want to keep it locked right here on GHP Radio, because we're having a big discussion on a gentleman by the name of Mr. Richard Blackwell. He's the CEO of Jazz on My Mind, Coast to Coast, and we're discussing his involvement with the website and the companies. All right, we are back. For the listeners that just tuned in, and for the listeners that have been tuned in, we're back, and we've been having a discussion with Richard Blackwell of Jazz on My Mind, Coast to Coast. And fellas, man, I tell you what, man, this is a great thing. Now, Richard, for the ones that might have just tuned in, can we just kind of recap just a little bit what your Jazz on My Mind, Coast to Coast is all about?
Yeah. First of all, I want to tell you, Gary, you're jamming some wonderful jazz tonight, brother.
All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Jamming some wonderful jazz. Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'm Richard Blackwell, the host and co-creator of JazzOnMyMind.com, Coast to Coast. And we feature jazz musicians, jazz radio personalities, and jazz enthusiasts from the East Coast to the West Coast. And we have a website which is full of wonderful performances and interviews. I like to call them jazz chats.
Yeah.
Where I chat with someone about jazz. So, you know, feel free to look at the website and see if you like it, JazzOnMyMind.com.
Yes, people, listen to him, man, because I've already been over there, and it's just absolutely great. I mean, I've been on there. I spend so much time, you know, when I get on some of these websites, and, you know, some websites you go to, and you look at some of the stuff that's going on, some of the artists and everything, and, you know, some of them will get you. But, Richard, let me tell you, when I was over there, I probably spent about an hour or more, you know, than I needed to, because I was just really tired. It was really cool to be able to sit there and listen to you talk with the artist, and then at the same time, you know, they're at the restaurant, and then they're performing afterwards, and it just makes you feel like you're there.
Well, you know, that's what we try to do, Gary. You know, once again, just like you were doing on your radio show, we're keeping jazz alive. And, you know, because we feel, and we at Jazz on My Mind believe that we are the jazz legends. You know, you cannot forget about McCoy Tyners. You cannot forget about the people who established jazz, Louis Armstrong. You can't forget about the Lena Horne and the Ella Reeses. But those people are the legends, and there has to be someone to pass that torch to.
Yes.
And those people are the ones that are up and coming. And on JazzOnMyMind.com, we not only spotlight the legends like Ernie Andrews, Barbara Morrison, Dee Dee Bridgewater, we also will preview and spotlight the up and coming artists like Mr. Matt Ritvo, who is a wonderful jazz guitarist, Romley Michael Davis, who played with the Phoenix Horns with Earth, Wind & Fire. Also played with Phil Collins. Now he's doing his jazz thing.
All right.
Yeah, and we've got Mr. Paris Escovedo, who was the son of the late, great Coke Escovedo.
Yeah.
The cousin to Sheila E.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Paris does, he headlines our Latin jazz. Because you know, Gary and Ray, both of you gentlemen know there's different degrees of jazz.
Oh, yeah.
And And I'm happy to say that we at JazzOnMyMind.com, we cover all aspects of jazz. Swing, that's right, swing jazz, old jazz, Latin jazz, and your traditional jazz. We do it all.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's where it's at.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
How do you feel being on the other end of the interview?
Ray, you got me there, didn't you? Well, you know, it's wonderful, and it's not even like an interview because I'm so comfortable with you know, Mr. Ray McDaniels, and with Brother Gary, who's hosting this great radio show on the airways. I feel so comfortable with you two gentlemen that it's not even like being interviewed. It's like we're just having what I call a jazz chat. So, but it's a wonderful thing, Brother Ray. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I just kind of feel, you know, and what you're doing, I just kind of wonder how you feel being on the receiving end.
I like that. That's pretty funny, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But I want to thank both of you gentlemen for this time, and and Gary, thank you very much for letting me spend some time with your audience and letting me explain about what we do at JazzOnMyMind.com. And I want to personally invite each and every one of your listeners, Gary, to look at the website, check it out, check out the videos, and you can also leave me some comments if you wish. And is it okay, Gary, if I gave my email address if someone wishes to email me?
Absolutely, man. Go for it.
All right. I can be reached at Richard Blackwell at JazzOnMyMind.com.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Brother Ray.
Oh, thank you, sir. We really appreciate you taking the time to come through and share this great information. Like I said, we want to keep jazz on everybody's mind. That's something that I will never forget. I will always have jazz on my mind, and
Definitely so.
you know.
That's a beautiful thing. And Gary, I tell you one thing, I hope sometime in the very near future to be able to interview you on Jazz on My Mind.
Hey, absolutely, man. I'd be honored, man. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely want to have you back, man, and keep doing what you're doing. And I guess, Ray, if you got anything else before we go out.
Yeah, Richard, I'm just looking for Jazz on My Mind. Looking forward for Jazz on My Mind to come over to be part of our track family, so you can spread the message just even more so.
All right, that's about it. That'll be a wonderful thing.
By running your own radio station on that end there, so we can catch all the markets, and so we won't miss not one hole that's in this hole that's in jazz, because there's a hole there.
Well, Brother Ray McDaniels, I want to thank you for that invitation, and it will be happening in the very near future. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, fellas, like I said again, appreciate you guys both talking with me today on G House Jazz and More. Family, we're going to go into some more music, and like I said, I want to encourage everyone to go to the Jazz on My Mind website and check out Mr. Richard Blackwell, doing some great things for our musicians out there. So,
Website one more time in your email.
Yes, sir. Website once again is JazzOnMyMind.com, coast to coast, JazzOnMyMind.com, and the email address is Richard Blackwell at JazzOnMyMind.com. Thank you, Gary. Thank you very much also, Ray.
our pleasure. Thank you.
Our pleasure.
All right.